Everybody eats. Everybody eats.
I ain't eating. You ain't eating? What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eating. I gotta eat, man.
You are listening to the Everybody Eats podcast. Now for your host, Mr. AJ Simmons.
Good morning. Happy Monday morning to y'all. This is AJ Simmons on the Everybody Eats podcast. Very special program for you this morning. And I won't be long because I actually injured my shoulder over the weekend. I don't know what happened. It just kicked in and I was looking it up. It looked like I have something called a frozen shoulder. And when I tell you pain, I think I probably experienced what it feels like to deliver a baby now. But anyway, I'm going to fight through it and I'm going to keep this show on the road, okay? So today I'm going to tell you how you can make $200 a day or whatever amount, however much money you want to make. This video was requested by Miss K, who was a longtime subscriber. Shout out to her. And she was basically saying, like, how can you make $200 a day without a job? Because it just seems it almost seems impossible, she said. So let's go over it a little bit. It's quite simple. I told you, success is simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple, all right? And the first thing you need to do is write down your goal. Pick your goal, okay? Now, if $200 a day is the goal, you need to start there and work your way backwards. All right, I know, like right now, my fiance and I, we're planning for a wedding. And when people always ask us, like in the early stages of the planning, people will say, well, what's your budget? And they'll tell us to add everything up and kind of, no, they'll tell us to pick a budget and work from that and go backwards. But my thing is, I always said, well, let's pick up what do we really want to have and add everything up and then just work from that number based off of adding everything up. So I always try to go for the actual goal that I want versus trying to stay within my means, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because if you just pick a budget first, then it limits your growth. It limits your potential, okay? So same thing here. If $200 a day is the goal, put that at the top. And now you got to look and say, all right, now how am I going to get there? All right, you work backwards. The first thing you need to do is say, what can I do? What can I sell? What type of service can I offer that can get me that every single day? I believe Miss K had a book that she released maybe a year or two ago. Okay, so that could be her product that can get her that $200 a day. And all you have to do is you sell, if it's $10, you sell 20 of those books each day. All right, if it's $20, you sell 10 of those books every day. All right, now, I know what you're saying. No shit, Sherlock. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can do that math, right? Okay, but this is what I'm telling you. That's it. That's the formula. Now, again, I told you it was simple. I didn't tell you it was easy. This is what you really have to do, though. What you really have to do is believe in yourself, number one. Believe in yourself and believe in your self-worth, that what you're charging for your product is actually worth that, and that what you have to offer is actually something of value that you should be selling non-stop. A lot of us don't like to sell, including me. You see, I'm getting better and better at it. A lot of us don't like to sell because you don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? That pushy sales guy or girl or whoever. You know what I mean? That's always seemed like they're trying to sell something. But I'm going to tell you, sales is like king when it comes to business. And when it comes to life in general. Even if you want to buy a new house, you got to sell your spouse on that decision if you got a spouse, okay? You got to sell your kids on eating vegetables if they don't like vegetables, okay? So sales is key, all right? But you got to believe in yourself first and know your worth before you can do any of that. All right, now let's go a little deeper than that. All right, now that you got your you got your strategy in place, you know what it takes to get there, okay? You see the numbers, you know that it's possible, okay? Now you got to get your tactics in place in order for you to actually do what you see that's necessary for you to do, okay? With me, I have a $300 product. So my goal is to make $300 a day instead of $200 a day, okay? But what is the tactic for actually getting there? Sell one a day, okay? That's the math. That's the strategy. But what is the tactic? Well, there's a bunch of different things. You could say, all right, well, I'm going to use Facebook ads, all right? And then if I use Facebook ads, I know that I'm gonna have to put in $500 every day to reach, X amount of people every day, and that'll convert at least to 20 sales every day, okay? Or however you want to do it. So I said 500, let's do 50 so you can actually make a profit each day, all right? Because you say $200 a day. All right, so if you put in $50 every day and you can convert that to 20 sales each day, that's one tactic, okay? Another tactic that you can use, and I think is the most underrated and best kept secret probably in sales and marketing today, and it's old. It's kind of old school at this point because it's been around for a while, but it's still probably the most effective, and that's building a email list, okay? The first thing you have to do, same thing I do now, is provide value. All right. You have to provide value to people. And in turn, for you providing that value, you secure their email addresses. Once you secure people's email addresses, that usually means that they trust you. Okay. You built a relationship with that customer to make them want to sign up to your mailing list, whether it's a blog, whether you do like I do and you giving away a free product in exchange for their email. All right. But you want to build up that email list, and then you need to do your numbers. You need to say, okay, if I, once I build up my email list, when I blast these emails out, every time I send out an email, 30% of these people click on that email. All right. Then out of 30%, 30% actually open the email. And let's say 10% actually click on the email. Without that 10% that actually click, you should be able to convert and see, all right, out of that 10%, at least 5% should buy. All right. So that's another way that you can do it. So we got Facebook ads, we got build an email list, and then also a YouTube channel or building your social media. But the bottom line is this: you have to build. You got to build your worth up to that level. Now these days, your social media following and all of that will help determine what your value is and what your perceived value is to the world. Okay. So if you only got 500 followers on any of your social media, then you know you got to boost it up. And there's a good chance that you might not be able to make that $200 a day yet unless you pay for ads, okay? Whether it be Google AdWords or Facebook ads or whatever you choose to use, all right? But once you figure out the goal, work backwards and get your strategy, now you got to figure out what is the tactic or the tactics with an S that you're going to use to achieve that, all right? So that's pretty much all there is to it. And I say all there is to it because it's simple, but it's not easy. So I hope you guys want to listen to this and hoping that I was just going to tell you something where you will snap a finger, do this one thing and be making $200 a day every day. It doesn't work like that. If it worked like that, everybody would be doing it. Okay. You think people keep going to these miserable ass jobs because they like to, you know what I mean? Like, or because it's another easy way out. You know what I mean? Like people will go to work because that's the easiest thing to do. You don't got to think. You just go in there and do what the hell they tell you to do. But if you really want to get out here and you want to make money without a job and you really want to make money off of the thing that you're actually passionate about, understand that you're going to have to put some work in to do it. And as you put in that work, it actually feel less like work because you're passionate about it. Okay, so I recommend that if you do want to make $200 a day, make sure that you're trying to do it with something that you're passionate about. All right. And now this method can work for anything, whether it's a product or a service. You don't have to have a product to do this. Okay. If you have a service, a cleaning service, and you clean houses, then you know, all right, if I want to make $200 every day, let's say you charge $200 to clean a house, then that means you need to get 30 customers that pay you $200 every day. All right. You know what I mean? So just apply it to whatever industry you're in. All right. If you are in a service business where you bill on net 30, then you know you get paid once a month, but you want it to equate to $200 a day. All right, we'll get you an account that pays $6,000 a month, or get you 6 accounts that pay 1,000, or whatever the case may be. All right, but you got to make it apply. And then some people might argue and say, all right, well, maybe I'll just try to make one big product where I can sell for $200, so that way I don't have to sell so many. Well, that's one strategy. And then some people might say, well, I'll get a cheap product and I can sell a lot of them because they'll sell faster. Okay, so it really doesn't matter about the price. What's most important is if you're providing value or not, and if you got a strategy in place and the tactics for how you're going to get there. All right. I mean, even if you don't have a product where you you know something that you can teach people, or whether you have something that you created or invented, even if you don't have any of that, you can drop ship, okay? Create a Shopify store, find some products that you can drop ship, and they'll actually ship them the product that you have from the warehouse. You don't have to touch anything. You just take the orders and put the orders into your drop ship, okay? So it's more than one way to skin the cat, but the main thing is just figure out your end goal, how much you want to make, the strategy for how you're going to get there, and then the tactics that you would use to accomplish this goal, all right? But that's what I want to tell you. Start from your end goal, work your way backwards with a strategy on how you're going to get there mathematically, and then put tactics in place on how you can achieve that strategy and the end goal, all right? Thank y'all for waking up with me this morning. I fought through it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, all right? My shoulder's hurting right now, but I thank y'all. Make sure you get in that mastermind group if you ain't in there. I'm actually, matter of fact, check out ajsimmonsonline.com. I just released the system, and that's a process for your business, creating a process for your business so that it can run on autopilot, all right? As you all know, I'm in Florida, my business runs in Virginia, and I'm gonna show you how to do that, okay? And this time, the price ain't bad, all right? I'm going easy on y'all, so go to the website, check that out, or just join the mastermind group, and you'll get that included, as well as my later e-courses and videos and supplies, all right? But thank y'all for watching, subscribe, like, and sharing, and comment. This is AJ Simmons. Thank you. Real quick, I want to tell you, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around. So why not join a mastermind group full of like-minded people who can help you in your entrepreneurship journey? I created a Facebook group where we have exclusive access to all sorts of things. I'm talking about live Q&A videos with me every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. You can ask me whatever you want live on the spot. Then while you in the group, you with other entrepreneurs, you got that network, you building with each other. Then the third thing that I'm also offering is instant access to me. And the fourth thing is, which is probably the most important thing, is you have instant downloads, okay? Instant downloads to anything that I put in my store, any type of e-course, any type of video that I sell on YouTube or on my site, any type of the starter kit, the Clean Biz starter kit that everybody wants, my ebook, Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises, all of that and anything that I release in the future, as long as you in this mastermind group, you can download it instantly, no extra charge, okay? So all of that, not to mention the daily motivational uploads in that group, okay? So make sure you join the group. It's only $97 to get started. That's the initial fee, and the reason why it's $97 is so that'll prevent you from joining, downloading all of my content, and then leaving, okay? Thank y'all. I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick. If you're interested in that, the link is below this video. Click on that and go to and join that mastermind now, y'all. Thank y'all.